In this video, we're going to be going through some of the basics of characters and strings in Java. Now, we already know that characters are primitive and strings are immutable. And I'm not really going to talk more about that, but what I am going to do is talk about Unicode, not much, but a bit. And I'm going to talk about string concatenation and some of the quirks that comes with, as well as escape sequences. So, the first thing to say is that characters can be just a Unicode character, but they can also be written as \u and then a number. And the first point to say here is that every Unicode character has a corresponding number, and vice versa. So you can actually cast between integers and characters, providing it's the right integer, because every integer has a Unicode equivalent. And this includes escape sequences. So in Java, there's a couple kind of reserved sets of characters, like \n will be one you're familiar with. And I think I've written these as slashes and not backslashes, which is wrong, but essentially, or is that a slash or a backslash? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. The point is that I mean, it does matter, but it'll be okay for this because I'm not showcasing them. The point is that \b is kind of Unicode for backslash for next line, and \t is Unicode for a tab, and backslash is how you get a backslash. Backslash apostrophe is how you get an apostrophe. Backslash quote mark is how you get a quote mark. And this is because if I go system.out.println and try and write quote or character, it obviously thinks that I'm trying to tell it that I'm starting a string or a character. So if I want an actual string in here, I have to do that. Now let's see if it'll run that or if I've done the wrong slash. Nope. Here we go. So as you can see, it printed out just a quote mark. And we could also add in a \n and then a \\, and we should get a quote mark and then on the next line a \. And we did. So those are some of our escape sequences, and you can see they've kind of had to add escape sequences so that you can get around the fact that they have escape sequences. So that's Unicode and some of the escape sequences. We're now going to go over string basics and string concatenation. So obviously we can instantiate strings. We can also concatenate strings using the plus operator. As you see here, we're just putting two strings together. And we can also use the plus equals operator to concatenate equals. Now, because we can do this, and because we can concatenate characters and integers on here, we have to be a bit careful, because concatenation happens at the same time in operator precedence as addition. And if we didn't have these brackets here, it would give us 15 and not 6. So we have to be a bit careful. As you can see, user number 15. But if we add brackets, we get user number 6. And in both cases, what's happening here is we're telling it do the addition before the concatenation. And if we don't do that, it's just doing a concatenation and then another concatenation, because it reads left to right. But the summary here is every character in Java is in Unicode, and therefore has a number equivalent, and we can cast between integers and characters because of this. There are also escape sequences in Java, which we can use if we want to get a new line, or have a \/ or an apostrophe. And then strings can be concatenated with other strings, with characters, and with numbers. I mean integers. And you have to be careful there, because if you want to actually add the numbers, you'll need some brackets. All right, in our next video, we're going to be going over the scanner class, and then after that, we're going to be doing Javadoc and check style. All right, thank you for listening.